Hi guys, and welcome to my chaotic garden. It has been a short while since I've posted a video, but I haven't really had much content because I know it's been school holidays and I should have been in the garden, but it's been a bit nippy and I've had my energy focused elsewhere. But what has happened is our back garden needs some work, and the gardener came last week and things went a little bit differently to what I had actually planned, but anyway, it's working out quite well, so that's a good thing. So this tier over here, or level of the garden, had that fire pit in the center here, and we had gravel stones around it, but this tree needs to come down and it drops its seeds here and it just becomes messy and yucky, and it had taken away quite a lot of our seating space. But what had also happened is through erosion and heavy rains, the sand from the top level had fallen down, and that area where the garden bed is, where all the flowers are, kind of was a raised area. So I had asked the gardener to kind of level that area out, move the fire pit. We're going to put it there between the two bushes. Ideally, eventually I'd like to build a red brick wall as a base, but anyway, that's a long time away. So I kind of just wanted to level out the back area there and then reclaim this area for sitting when we're sitting by the pool, get some lounges and make it a nice tanning area, so to speak. Anyway, he misunderstood me and started leveling out that section, but then carried on. And so we've taken some of the soil and put it in the front garden to level out where Venus has dug big holes. And we have since then spent a windy day leveling out further. And I have sprinkled some grass seeds, and we are keeping the area moist in the hope that the grass seeds take and we get a lovely, lush green space here. That's the intention. Hopefully that works out, and then we will work on the fire pit area and kind of reclaim this area for a nice place to entertain and tan and just have some nice space, and hopefully with grass that is not riddled with weeds. And it just became a horrible area that, because it was shady, the grass didn't grow nicely. So the grass seeds that I have planted are shade tolerant grass seeds. So here's hoping that that works. And then this area is another area that has needed much tender love and care. It was grassy when we moved in here, and it was just always a mess. And when I was going to lay seeds here, and then I remembered why we had pulled the grass up, because with the dogs, this is their natural pathway that they kind of take. So it was always grassy with a big hole in the middle, and looked unkempt and ugly. So again, using what I have lying around the house, because pavers are pricey, we have had these random pavers that I have moved around the garden numerous times, and they had just been buried with soil. They were supposed to be in our garbage area as a base, but soil had just been dumped on top of them. So I have unearthed them and I have broken them, used this wall, kind of just chucked them down on this little retaining wall. As you can see, we have a few spots there where I have broken the bricks. Not ideal, but it worked, and I have started laying the pavers here as a pathway. So a lot of that soil landed up here to level this space out as well. And then we have lots of mondo grass, however you pronounce it, and I am planting that along the side here. In the spaces, I'm going between, I believe there's some kind of sand that you can put in between, and then you can spray like a resin over it to make it solid, or pea gravel. Either way, I will eventually get a resin there because I don't want stuff growing through it, and I want it to be a solid thing. Obviously we can't walk on this as it is now because it's not very level, and even the dogs are avoiding it, so it does definitely need spaces filled in. But my intention is here. I'm also going to hopefully have enough pavers to put in this space here, and we're just going to carry on down. This is the original start of the garden. It's got strawberries here. I'm trying to make it a strawberry bed with a few herbs. Venus keeps going in and digging, not a good thing. So the pathway continues, and it's going to go, I will go along here with broken pavers and obviously out there. Now this section where the wheelbarrow is, I am going to get grass rolls already, what do they call it, sod, and put it in that area. I just thought that's a nice solid place for grass, which won't be a problem, and we need something to stand on obviously when we're hanging up the washing. So this is the washing area. And then over here in this section, I did have lavender planted here originally, but anyway, I'm going to keep it simple and clean and continue the mondo grass in that space. And I have spoken sternly to Venus because she has been lying in that area, telling her that because I am digging, I'm not digging, I am planting, and she is not to dig. So I don't know that she has listened and understood. Probably not. But I can just see, even when the grass is planted, that that's going to become a cool space for the dogs to lie. They do tend to use the grass to lie on, particularly in the summer months. I think it stays quite cool for them on their bodies. So anyway, we shall see how it goes. And so that is what my garden project is at the moment. The veggies are doing their thing. Look at that. How cool is that? All the cruciferous, love that word, vegetables seem to be growing much nicer now in spring than they did through the winter months. I think we had quite a warm winter, which kind of made their growth patterns very weird, and we've had quite a nice cold spring so far. But these are eggplants from Thailand, so very interested to see how those continue to grow. And my eggplants that I have overwintered in the front garden also are getting flowers. Look, we've got some little flowers there, and this one also. So they look kind of the same as our eggplants at this point, but we'll see if they come out differently. So this is my focus at the moment, and it is a slow process because I tweak my back often. So I'm going slowly so that I don't land up injuring it even more. So I'll dig up a paver or two and break it and lay it and then take a break. And here we have flowering amaryllis. It's a beautiful pop of color, and they just do their thing every year. Here I have this is chocolate mint, I think. One is lemon balm and one is chocolate mint, but one has gone all crusty. This is the lemon balm. Yes, very lemony. And got some nice flowers on that strawberry plant, so we'll get some nice strawberries there soon. And I have a couple of plants in there, and I would like to fill this entire area out with strawberries actually and make it a nice little strawberry bed. Oh, look how nice that looks. I'm hoping it will create a nice clean, calm space because we have neglected the back quite a bit. But I'm liking how that looks so far. Just gotta fill it in and finish it up. It is now Sunday, and it has been an absolutely glorious day. So I managed to get the lawn mowed, and we are now putting the sprinkler on. The sprinkler does turn round and round. When it gets its momentum going, I need to turn the pressure up a bit. And so yes, slowly the garden has been reclaimed. Here is some of the soil that I mentioned yesterday we had put into. Oh, look, there it goes. the soil that we had taken from the back and we had put here, because this area slopes down, so we started building up over there and filling in that patch over there. So here is freshly watered. Here are my flowers, my dahlias and cosmos, and some zinnia seeds in here, coming up nicely. The onions, I have harvested the back row over there, and look, we have one gone to seed. I absolutely adore onion seeds, heads. So I'm just going to let that one go. Not, if you look in there, can't see too many big bulbs, which again is depressing, but we'll leave it a little bit longer and see what happens. These, my understanding is that the onion stalk is supposed to flop completely over when they are ready to harvest, so we'll leave it a little bit longer. We have flowers on this orb here, and these did, this plant and that one over there did spectacularly for us last season, so I'm hoping to get another good crop out of that. The garlic also, no bulbing happening there. And this bed is looking nice and full. The beets in the corner there, the curly leaf kale is looking gorgeous with the purples in between. I made myself some kale pesto actually the other day. Quite strong to have by itself, but does give a real boost of flavor to the dish that you're making. I used it in an orzo pasta dish and it was absolutely divine, so I will make some more of that. This bed, I have peas, not doing so well there, and I have planted some more beans there. We do enjoy our beans, so if I can get a couple of bags to freeze, I will be delighted. Another big kale over there. Chives are all starting to flower there. I'm actually going to pick some to go with dinner tonight, and see what we've got going on under in amongst here. Starting to get a bit of growth in there. Zoom out a bit. Anyway, they're looking healthy, and we'll just see what we get from there. The mint has come into its own quite nicely. Here we have our beans. I think these are the noodle beans, rattlesnake beans, whatever you want to call them, that I'm going to put up along a string up here. And I planted a whole bunch of cucumbers, which are just starting to sprout. I took some of the leeks that were growing here and I planted them in a planter box right in the corner. Now look here, I have a beautiful head of cabbage, but inside there is not so beautiful. So I kind of just left it because I thought the bugs could munch on that, and hopefully this other little one here would get left alone, and these ones over here might have better success than this one. So I would be reluctant to, as beautiful as it looks there, reluctant to eat that one, because I know that inside there's a whole lot of bugs. My melon is looking good here, and all these brassicas, I think these are broccoli, doing really nicely. And that's also another bean which apparently just keeps on giving. And look there, got some flowers about to sprout, which means we'll get some beans soon. That has filled in really, really nicely. So over here I have planted a whole bundle of butternut squash. Hello Venus. With the hopes that if they take, and I put some melons in between as well, that So if they take, my intention is either just to let them go in this entire bed and take up this whole bed, or to trellis them over. Maybe trellis over this bed and plant some lettuce underneath because they don't like the heat of summer, or to trellis over this way. We shall see. But there is my pole ready, and I've got another pole that I'm going to stick across there, and then train my cucumbers and my beans, and I would like tomatoes. I have planted tomatoes there, but nothing's come up, to go up there. My pepper bed, I have a flower there and one at the back there, and some buds on the others, so I'm hoping that I get a nice array of different peppers here. I do have jalapenos in here for Rob, and I have seeded some paprika, so that's coming along and will go in here shortly. And this is my lettuce come herb bed. I have pulled out some of the lettuce, and I'm not sure what this lettuce tastes like. Might be a bit bitter. Tasted better, so not sure we'll eat that. It is a little bit bitter, that big one. This one might not be because it's been covered by very earthy tasting. No, it tastes terrible. This one's not too bad. Also kind of earthy. I think they needed to be in more shade. Anyhow, so I think this would be a nice bed to make into a kind of like just a herby bed. Oh, and we have almost finished the little cafe patio where we cleared out the fire pit there. I mentioned that there were stones around the fire pit, so I have taken some and filled in here. Just need to do another layer there to level it out, but that's a nice little spot to have a cup of tea, and then we will rehome that fire pit. This is obviously, the grid is still on just to control Venus from standing on there, but all in all, the garden's looking quite pretty today. Don't you just love that Indian hawthorn? It's looking stunning. Pollinators are loving this. And how could you not love that? No matter how much she destroys that garden. And here, look at this. Dun dun dun. Bunch of happiness there. Poppies. They really look weak and spindly, eh? Taking a while to come into their own. Cosmos dahlias, zinnia, some phlox over here, which I need to, stocks, sorry, over here, which I need to put into containers. I'm not sure what this is, but it looks interesting. I lost a tag. I've done well with my tags. I'm very impressed with myself, but that one got lost somewhere. Anyway, very happy with how things are looking at the moment, but I do need to get some more food planted. And that is going to do it for us this weekend. Thank you for coming back to see how things have progressed. I've kind of not done too much because it's been a disaster and it's been a bit of a process to reclaim, but thank you for hanging out with me today and yesterday, and hopefully I'll have more to show you soon. I hope you have a wonderful week. Until next time, bye.